Jim Crawford, Paul Smith, Bob Relier, and Bill Ryan, I'd like them to introduce the folks that helped their particular sections get ready for such a great weekend. We'll start with Jim.
Clear your throat.
Oh,
It's always very flat.
okay, here's the deal. I suck at off-the-cuff speeches, okay? So when Kaiser said that, hey, by the way, you gotta say some stuff. At the thing tonight, instead of, I mean, I wanted to go home and take a nap, but now I have to go home and write something, so that's what I did. So I'm just gonna do, first of all, I want to congratulate everyone who, for what turned out to be some really awesome performances. We had a great time, did a great job. But I'm going to do some quick shout outs for people I dealt with directly. So, shout out to the cymbal line. Chuck Ray. You guys lost your leader, and forged ahead anyway, and your crashes really added to the overall impact of the corps. A great avant-garde drum instructor once said, remembers this, I wish drum corps was 60 horns and 40 cymbals. Anybody remember who that was? George DePietro. Anyway, you guys did a great job. Second shout out to Newley for stepping in when Neil and I couldn't attend rehearsals. Now, Newley, I mean, he didn't want to do it. I mean, he really didn't want to do it. I mean, he was literally scared. But he put back on his instructor's hat, and he did it in his own classic Newley style, self-deprecating humor and all, and ask any of the guys, he did an awesome job. So, thanks, Tom. Good job. Shout out to the tenor line. I had to promote myself.
Really?
Seeing that we were a little thin there. And I have a whole new respect for you guys. Instead of just one lousy drum like the little curly snare drummers play, we have to worry about 5 drums. Look at Dave, well, he wants to kill me right now. I mean, it's enough to melt your brain. It's just unbelievable. And today, as my back was starting to go and I could see the reviewing stand off in the distance, and I know just a few more steps I could take those godforsaken drums off. But I had a great time playing, and thank you to Tim and Wayne for all your help. And let's face facts, we were the cleanest section. All right, now, shout out to the bass line.
Ooh, yeah.
Dan, OJ, Matt, Kat, and Kevin. Now, we didn't add any additional members in the bass line. Matter of fact, this year, it wasn't even listed as a choice on the sign-up sheet. A drum corps is nothing without a functional bass line. Without a bass line, you can't do anything. And those guys have been together for a really long time. And you can see from last night, when they took that bow, they received the accolades like the rock stars that they are. Now, shout out to the snare line for surviving what is known as a Neil McBride. If you know, he just can't help himself. But a very special thanks to Neil, his high standards, attention to detail, taking time to define everything, getting us going, holding us accountable for musicality, running ensemble rehearsals. It really helped us to actually sound like a musical unit instead of ramming notes, which, if you watch the video, is what I like to do. It's just ram notes. So thank you very much, Neil.
Yeah.
So now, shout out to Paul Smith. We often get together for lunch, and in between commiserating about the Giants or the state of our political system, we actually had some productive planning ideas about the drum corps. The planning for this year's version started in September between him and I, and then routinely throughout the year. And we spent a lot of hours on the phone talking, planning rehearsals, putting up parts on the computer, taking down parts, putting up edited parts, taking down those just edited parts, putting up the edited parts. Well, you get the idea. It was just, you know, sometimes a mess. But as a couple of retired guys, I look forward to continuing to, you know, eat with you and hang out. So thank you, Paul. Where is it? There you go. Okay, and finally, a shout. Yeah. I know. But saving the best for last year because
started playing at the Academy Awards right
yeah,
now.
right. No, we're not going to play me off on this one because I'm shouting out to the core members, the original core members of AGAC, the original alumni, avant-garde alumni drumline. I firmly believe that this whole thing, getting this whole corps together with the horns, the flags, rifles, and more drums, would have been infinitely more difficult to pull off if AGAC did not exist. It made it so much easier to resurrect our beloved drum corps, and because the drum line was already up and running. And although the drum corps is done for this year, AGAC keeps throwing down beats. Matter of fact, we have a gig in Burnt Hills on Thursday, so maybe if we see you, you'll get a dose of quartermaster in your face at the reviewers day. So, and finally, shout out to all of you for helping us all to relive what turns out to be, for many of us, the best days of our lives. The days we spent on the road with the avant-garde drum community.